I recently got a question from Andre, I think his name is, but he was asking for my opinion on gold, specifically paper versus physical. And he's basically talking about how it's used when hyperinflation hits and how it's a hedge and, all that good stuff about gold. So in this video, let's talk about gold realistically, because I got some thoughts. And you can agree or disagree with me. Let me know in the comments. I'll love to read it. And I respond to like all of them. But okay, so there are a few factors that move the price of gold. One main one is fear. When people are scared, they pile into gold as a safe haven. And one of the reasons they might get scared is because they lose faith in the currency. So you hear people complaining all the time about the national debt and how the Fed just keeps printing and printing money and it's destroying the dollar and the dollar is doomed, and how hyperinflation is definitely going to hit us. So all those things together makes them lose faith in the currency, because the currency, like the US dollar, is backed by the government, right? If you lose faith in the government and the currency, then you don't want to hold those dollars anymore. And that's when they all flood into gold as, again, a safe haven, as a real store of value. And then there's the debate of paper gold versus physical gold. So if you buy shares in something like GLD, which is the gold ETF, you don't actually have physical gold with you. But if you've seen one of those infomercials, like the ones on Fox News all the time, where they're selling you actual real gold coins, yeah, then you might have physical gold. So people argue that having physical gold is way more important, because you don't want just paper gold, because something could happen and you'll never get your hands on what you're supposed to own. But let's think about gold for a second, like the realistic use of gold. The truth is, there is no realistic use of gold. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't provide any value. The only reason it has value is because people assign it value, but it's not a productive asset. So does it matter if you have paper gold or real physical gold? No, it really doesn't. So think about if you had physical gold in the case of hyperinflation. And hyperinflation is basically where the prices of things just start skyrocketing because the value of the currency you're using to buy those things is plummeting. Best example, Venezuela. It's happening right now. And I did that video on inflation and hyperinflation, and I use Venezuela as an example. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link to it right here. So Venezuela is the best example I could give you because my business partner, Jose, just got out of Venezuela. So when he tells me about what happened over there, it's not theoretical, which is basically how everyone treats gold as a hedge in case there's hyperinflation. But there was real hyperinflation over there. And do you think any of those people were using gold to make transactions? No, of course not. They were not carrying around physical gold. What happened is that the Venezuelan people, those that had access, started trading in dollars because their currency got destroyed, right? But the world reserve currency is the dollar, so they started using that. No one was carrying around little gold nuggets to try and barter with. Now, that's not to say that gold didn't hold value. It absolutely did. But the other issue that happens when an economy is facing hyperinflation, that's just a symptom of the entire economy collapsing. And when an economy collapses, things do not go well. Like, as a citizen, you aren't really safe anymore. There's no police force or anything to protect you. Jose had been robbed multiple times. In one story, he was at a bakery and someone rode up on a motorcycle, stuck up the whole bakery by gunpoint. And any gold that anyone was wearing, like earrings, rings, necklaces, they took all of it. It becomes a type of free-for-all when the economy is failing. And if you think gold is going to protect you in that, it's not. And if you try bartering with gold, you're going to get robbed. So if one economy is suffering from hyperinflation, you're going to end up switching to a different economy's currency. So if the dollar died, maybe we would switch to rupees from India. Physical gold, not so much. And a lot of gold bugs come at gold like, yeah man, the US economy is a house of cards. It's about to collapse at any moment. That's why I bought gold. Physical gold. Yeah. Okay, tell me, what is gold about to do for you in a doomsday scenario? If the US economy truly collapsed like that, like a bunch of conspiracy theorists think, and there's YouTube channels with huge followings that talk about this all the time, but if that happens, we're all in deep trouble. We're talking about like Mad Max style times. And if you're living in a Mad Max world, you know what matters? Apart from, gasoline in that specific movie. But you're gonna need guns, water, and food. What are you gonna do with gold? You gonna go and try and barter with gold? You go up to someone with a gun with a bunch of gold saying, hey, I'd like to buy stuff from you. You think they're gonna want your gold? Maybe. They'll just rob you and take all your stuff and your gold. Ask the people in Venezuela how much gold is helping them right now. It's not. They wish they had guns. They wish they had water. They wish they had food. food. Gold doesn't matter at all, store of value or not. So when people talk about investing in gold, I just don't get it because it's not realistic. Gold is purely a speculative asset. So I wouldn't be investing in gold, but I might trade gold. I might use it as a short-term hedge in the market, so paper gold, but I could care less about a brick of gold. Gold is more similar to Bitcoin than anything else. And Bitcoin, I'm talking specifically the Bitcoin currency. It's just a speculative vehicle. And you know, I've related Bitcoin to gold before. If you haven't seen those videos, I'll link to them right here. Now, will people ever stop valuing gold? I don't know. I think it's kind of a biological thing that we're attracted to that particular metal. I swear I read something about it, but I don't know the full story. But it doesn't mean that that gold is going to help you out in a hyperinflation doomsday scenario. Now, if you disagree with me, go ahead, comment down below. Maybe you could explain to me why gold is so important, especially physical gold. But okay, if you liked this video, or if you hated it because you're a gold bug and you don't think I know what I'm talking about, subscribe anyway and smash that notification bell so that you get an email notification when our next videos come out. We publish videos almost every single day, all about markets and business. So subscribe and I will see you in the next video. Stay fallible out there. Bye.